Yeah, yeah. She say she got her own money now, yeah. All the haters looking funny now, yeah. When they see her in that whip, hair blowing in the wind, they know she got it, yeah. She do, she do. She got all the red bottles now, yeah. She got all the bottles calling now, yeah. Her and the girls hit the club, bitches hate, niggas love, they know she got it, yeah. She do, she do, she do. She got her own money, she got her own whip. She's a hustler, she make her own flip. Shawty want a man, but she don't need one. She say they hot and cold, change like the sea.
Kill Black finna be on Benny Boulevard, y'all.
Yeah, we already knew that.
Didn't that nigga just say? Never mind. Hey, I got that shit on video too, but that shit hard. Ladies and gentlemen, once again it's on. You are tuned in to a new episode of First Blunt of the Day with TMAL-HK. As you can see right now, I got a busy man sitting to my right. He's none other than the CEO of Artesian Records.
Oh yeah.
The vice president of Hood Ray Records. The owner of R.BALDWIN Flooring.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Shout out to our BALDWIN Flooring.
He plays Renzel on the hit web series Benny Boulevard. None other than the man himself, Reginald Baldwin, aka Reggie B. What's going on, bro?
Man, what ain't going on? It's a lot going on. It's a lot to be. Man, I gotta probably just start out by telling you congratulations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it for what?
Just being, first of all, I think the first thing we can say when we speak on TMAL-HK, TMAL, Terrence Mallett, whoever we want to call him on the movie scene, because that's what comes up on the credits. This man is, the first thing I think of is consistency. This man has been consistent even when I haven't been consistent. I think I'm one of the most consistent people I've ever met. And that, you know, success comes with that.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that.
You overcome a lot of obstacles. I mean, you know, the energy, you taught me a lot how to persevere and be resilient and not try to use too many big words, but I don't want to hold back in this interview.
Right.
I do.
Oh, no. You in the right spot, man. This First Blunt of the Day with TMAL-HK. You welcome to say what you feel on my show.
That's real. That's real. That's real.
People that don't want to hear, they can tune out.
Yeah. So, not trying to be on no funny shit or nothing like that, but I could say something like the Blues Brothers say, I'm on a mission from God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We were sent here to do this. You know, this ain't just something we just stumbled upon. We really do this. It's a way of life. It's been a way of life before I even met T-Mal.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to be a part of it. Glad to have been a part of it. And to be able to survive all the things that we never would have thought we'd be here right now today.
So appreciate that again, but tell the people like in detail, like elaborate on what you're speaking on, like where did this start from? The history that you're speaking on.
Well, it's so much. Like at the beginning of the interview, I was jotting down some notes, and I'm kind of got my laptop here so I can kind of make sure that I kind of give the people as best of a timeline as I possibly could about, you know, so to speak, let's say 1999. And even before that, I mean, I was with Mario and at Albany State. 1996, the flood came. 1998, the flood came in '94. We was enrolled at Albany State at the time. So that's kind of really, if you want to really know where it started, this was before Platinum Sound.
Right.
Mario just have a little loft at the back of the funeral home over off of, I forget one of these one-way street. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
That's where I met everybody that I invited to my mama house to have meetings with back in the day. That post won't stay up there, but it's all good.
We live.
Yeah. Benny Boulevard. Shout out to Benny Boulevard, all the cast members, everybody that's a part of that situation. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. And man, we're gonna keep this thing going. We're working on episode 9 today. I ain't got our subject. But yeah, back to 99 and prior to that. Me and Mario ride around in the Blazer. Shout out to Mario Meadows. Ride around in the Blazer, smoking Black and Miles, trying to figure out why in the world ain't nobody from Albany rich as a motherfucker when it comes to this music shit. And that's really what it's all about, because we know, and we always have known that there's an abundance of talent in Albany, Georgia. All the way back from Ray Charles, Patti LaBelle.
Yeah.
We got all these different people that have come out of this region. Whether you was born at Fever Putney or not, you still come and represent from this region. We got a statue of this man right downtown. So how y'all guy ain't never say all been on the documentary? Hey, so what? Right. So that's the kind of stuff that we talking about, that we like, damn, how come Albany keep getting overlooked when it comes to the talent? And when we say Albany, we don't just say it mean Albany. We talking about the whole Southwest Georgia. So as soon as you hit the Georgia-Florida line, coming before you get to Valdosta, all the way up to Macon, all the way back to Dothan, Alabama. Them our stomping ground. Tallahatchie, shout out to Dothan, Alabama, Tallahatchie.
Yeah, shout out to Dothan, man. We did a lot of work in Dothan, Alabama. They done gave me some work in Dothan. I appreciate that. You know, I've been on a few stages in Dothan, Alabama, so shout out to Dothan. And
we being invited back, as a matter of fact, coming up soon with on a couple of different stages right now. You know, Dothan is only an hour and a half from us. You know, even back in the day, we used to travel over to Dothan for different reasons, but it was always beneficial for us. Well, we opened up for Field Mart back in the day.
Yeah, the whole hour.
Club 360.
Yeah.
That shit was epic, man. Rest in peace. What's his name again? The dude that was promoted, man. He used to bring everybody. We saw Pastor Troy.
Shout out Rob, baby. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man. He had Dirty up in that thing. You already know. Shout out to Dirty. A lot of different, man. A lot of major. First time I saw T-Pain, he was with that group Robbery. What's the name of that group? Right Now, Get On the Ground. A lot of people don't think about that song with Kaya Came Out My Neck, My Back. Right. That they had a song by some guys, Nappy Heads. That's the name of the group, Nappy Heads. And we real true music fanatics, by the way. We really do this, man. I remember Wolf 105 back in the day. I don't even know if y'all remember that station that. One of the only stations that you would get rap music from. Okay. Besides 96.3, Wolf 105, it was out of one of these little smaller towns. Right. But back to me and Mario production. That was the first time I seen somebody.
Shout out to Mario Meadows, man.
First time I seen somebody play some keys and create something from scratch. And you know, he developed a sound. He developed a click. I was go to sleep at night thinking about this man's beats, and I just fell in love with the fact that we was able to do this, man. So I was sitting up one day, I don't know what I was doing, but I drew it on a sheet of paper, and I sketched out the logo for Artesian Records. Okay. And that's what I don't remember what year it was. I can't even remember that far back. But I know for sure we did get that lease over on Slapping. They gave us 2 black boys a lease, and they wouldn't even give us a business license downtown. I had to remind Mario that we had to have our attorney go get our business license. They wouldn't even give us an occupational license at the time. I think I was 21. Mario probably not even been 18 at the time when we were trying to do this. They looked at us like we was crazy. I say, because we was guided by people. We had people telling us what to do. It wasn't just me just sitting out here just doing a bunch of stuff because I felt like it. I had professional people that believed in me. I went to Albany State for business management. And I was talking to these people about what I was doing. So again, in and out of jail, petty stuff, whatever you know, you can look that up. That's on public record. So I ain't no way I can run away from that. So on one of these times I'm coming out of jail, I'm working at a convenience store right around the corner from where I grew up at. Shout out to Indian Creek on the west side for life. So I know some gentlemen, which I don't stereotype my own brothers, sitting outside of the trash can smoking some Black and Mild, not weed, and just chilling. Michael Miller, I don't want to name him by the government name, I'm going to get off of that. And some more people from the neighborhood that we grew up in, just so happen to wind up eventually being Southern Cliff. So, I didn't meet Big Nard at the time. But eventually we all began to build a connection. And all of us were doing whatever we could do.
Shout out Big Nard, man. What's going on, bro?
Whatever we could do to let people know that when it comes to the music industry, there wasn't no punk ass shit going on around here. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to respect this shit. Y'all, when we go to Macon, Savannah, all these different surrounding towns, you know what I mean? We were treated like kings and queens. Shout out to Scandalous. Because we had Scandalous with us too.
What up, Scandalous? I see y'all.
That was our secret weapon. And we didn't realize it till it was too late, but that's another story. And they still got music that's unreleased that's getting ready to come out. But we still ain't made it till 1999 when we released our first project. I'm giving you the preludes to that because we didn't just all of a sudden do this shit. So, yeah, you ain't got to do it. You can just cut that off. You ain't worry about that right now. But, back to as far as like the inspirational part, you know, Tupac, Outkast, being around these people, knowing that Tupac was right there in Atlanta, going through the same shit that we going through in Albany. He wasn't even from that motherfucker, so that kind of like made him more relevant to us. Right. So it wasn't just about East and West and none of that shit. That was like, this nigga moved to Atlanta, fucking with MC Breed. Shout out to MC Breed, rest in peace.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
So, real music fanatics, man. Like again, Mario, listening to Jay-Z, one of the first people that made me listen to people from up north shit, and put me down on the movement, and I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, respected the game, and kind of like was following that shit. You know what I'm saying? In New York, they had MTV raps by the balls, you know, when they first came out. So you had to respect where the shit was coming from. LA, you know, they was doing their thing, but you know, Biggie and all them, they had that shit on lock. You know what I'm saying? So, speaking of Bad Boy, Mario and them and Marshall, shout out to Marshall Meadow, Eminem, 97.5.
What up,
back in the day, I might be naming this shit wrong, but that's what it was back then. 107.9, whatever it is now. I live in Florida now, so I don't even know. But anyway, they sent the demo to Bad Boy as, you know, Trigger Run Production back in the day. They was doing their thing. They was rapping too. A lot of people don't know that they was rapping.
Shout out to TRP.
And they was still rapping. They got music right now. Turn Up.
Yeah, Turn Up.
It's a Party. 2 singles out right now on all streaming platforms.
Right.
My cousin is
get
in the
that
group.
now. Turn Up, man. It's a Party.
Anthony Watson. Shout out to Anthony Watson, my cousin in the group TRP. So nobody can hold me down, nobody can take me down, whatever. The remix, the rock, the pop group with the guys with the red hair, whatever. They had turned around and sent this to Bad Boy. Next thing you know, this shit come out with Mace. Y'all probably recognize the hook from what I was trying to say. So that let me know that was we was getting little signs that we was on to something.
Right.
They never replied to the tape, the cassette back then. That's what we was on when we first started. The cassette tape made it to Bad Boy, obviously, because they came out with a song just like the fucking demo. So you can't say that we was not on to something. We got the same shit that they do to everybody else in Hollywood when they want to steal your shit. They tell you they're not interested, and then the next thing you know, they take their artist that they already got signed, give it to the A&R, put a beat to it, and next thing you know, they call it their own. So our little poor man copyright from back in the day, we couldn't stand up to a motherfucker on every fucking television station. Got all this shit going on. and lawyers and everything else.
Right.
So we had a passion that was increased by the underdog shit. You know what I'm saying? So couldn't get it. We got the lease, Walden and Kirkland. It turned out to be something else later on down the life, but they gave us the lease. They believed in us. They believed in us more than we thought from the very beginning. But they gave me and the Mario that lease that we had to sign up there on Slack, which turned out to be whatever it is. But anyway, had a showcase. We would ride around with Sean in the smoke. Dexter Green, shout out to Big Deck.
Yeah, what up, Deck?
One of the original owners of Platinum Sound.
Yeah.
From the very beginning. Produced a lot of tracks from some of our earlier music. Tico Hudson was there.
What up, T?
Still doing this thing now. Shout out to Tico. Quiz D. I actually want to use this track on Bennett Boulevard. I ain't had a chance to even tell T-Man the Exit 99. It's actually on the just to happen to be on the artwork Exit 99. So this guy got a song called Exit 99. So if y'all know about coming up and down that road for whatever reason you need to come up and down that road, you know Exit 99 is very, very important when you're talking about getting home. So what whatever you trying to get. So brings us back to this showcase. Then I have the pleasure of meeting this young man here, and who was Rodney Moore, better known as UT.
Shout out to UT, man.
This changed my life, man. I mean, I can't even talk about who else was there. Scandalous was there. We went crazy about these people. Mario would not let me not do business with Scandalous after we was introduced to them on that showcase. So that's how we wound up signing 2 artists at one time. And I think that might have been a mistake, but God don't make no mistakes. So shout out to Mario again, YOLO, Chris Styles, and Entice at the time.
I just look at it as a learning curve.
Well, I mean, like I said, I could say a few things about that situation, but again, we had some situations like Reggie Rich. You know, we had some situations we had A&R reps coming to our concerts from major record labels. We getting calls at the studio from Electric Records. Shout out to Bennett, what we were doing the tours and stuff back in the day. These guys, I'm getting off subject again. Yeah. We sitting in the studio one day, and Electric Records called. And I was so arrogant and so big on what we had done created after we had done met Innocent Felon and Scandalous. We hadn't released one project yet. I told them, man, we weren't interested in signing with Electric Records. At the time, Missy Elliott was on fire. But I felt like what we had going on with Archie and Ludacris and Pastor Troy and Rashida and all these people were coming out at the same time. We was opening up for these people. T.I. I just felt like we was on that level. We was able to do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? And then we was able to release Don't Say Shit, the EP. We had 5 songs. We couldn't do a whole album because the anticipation. We had a whole bunch of different things going on. Shout out to Film people trying to beat people out on the release. So we wanted to beat Film coming out as an independent because they was on the major. We wanted to show that we had this control. So we released the EP on Christmas, 1999.
Christmas?
Yeah. We did that on purpose. It was our Christmas gift to the world. And why you see December 1999, if you do have a poster from that era, you will see that. And that was what it was. We wanted to beat, we weren't in competition with nobody. We wanted to beat the clock. We wanted to beat the Y2K shit was going on. We wanted to make sure if it was some fuck shit going on, that our music was going to be one of the last fucking things that we was able to say. That all that shit that I was talking about, why this man asked me one goddamn question, what led up to that first release, that it was done before 2000. That's why we did that a couple of days before, and it came up to that. It wound up, it worked.
Trying to see some.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We were fucking with disc makers back then.
Stefano calling my phone.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to disc makers for a lot of different things that happened. They rolled over to the Orchard, which they turned over to be a bigger and such a huge platform at the time. But I mean, I could keep going on about that, but like I said again, Mario and TMAL, Scandalous, they definitely had a big role in us doing what we had to do. And also shout out to my roommate at Albany State. I was staying on campus even though I was from Albany. And my roommate was Anthony Wood. He graduated from Mays High School with Goody Mob. So he was around all 4 members and everybody that was in the Dungeon family. They could sit in the park and smoke and do what young people do in high school and, you know, after the fact. So I had the opportunity to meet Ghetto Mafia at, you know, some places where we dwell. And shout out to Wicked. Wicked was ready to jump on the track like no tomorrow. You know, it made me feel already famous. You know, and we just went on from there, man. Wicked to this day like a brother to us, man, big brother to us, man. So shout out to Ghetto Mafia.
Ghetto Mafia, what up, Wick?
I never even met Nino, but I still feel his presence on everything that we done.
I met him.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, TMAL-HK, of course, he spent a little bit more time up in Atlanta than I did because shortly after we released a couple CDs after Y2K failed, I just scared the shit out of everybody. I moved to Orlando in 2002. But that's where I've been ever since. Kind of recreated myself.
Orlando, Florida.
Yeah, shout out to Orlando.
Yeah.
Shout out to Big Dime. Shout out to OG Beezy. Shout out to the whole movement down there in Orlando. We just got.
So you just came here from Orlando, and that's where you moved to, but you originally from Albany.
Born and raised at Field. I was born in Field Putnam, brother, for real. And I can't stop that. My shit say Hickory Lane for sure. So I'ma always be 229. I don't care if I stay in Uruguay. You know what I mean? So it's all about the 9. It don't matter where I'm from. You gonna never be able to take that away from me. I can be somewhere working, and somebody gonna tell me, you're not from Florida. You're not from this. You're not from that, because it's in me. Right. So shout out to all these new artists, man. I never knew that. Like I said again, we said it one time before, that they're gonna ever come to what we see now today. These guys are on tours across the world, across the nation. I mean, we were being represented everywhere, man. Shout out to Jam Point Express DJs, man. They showed us some love. Zeke the Freak. We got a documentary coming up with him. They asked us to film and follow them. We got several locations with Slick Vic, which is a legend. Got 30, 40 years in the game, along with his whole camp. I mean, they got Generation 2. Shout out to WGUN 187 FM. Y'all want to tune in, hear us, and some of the new music that comes out, and some of the older music that they have, and some of the Jam Point mixes. Shout out to all the internet radio stations that support and play our music. TMAL, yes, she do. Taste the Rainbow from TMAL-HK, and also Killer Black, Money and Pounds. Just got added to the camp. Our first signee to the label. And very proud of this young man. I love his passion for the game, and we share that. And I think we're gonna do some big things, man, coming up. So we are gonna, ain't no thing about it. We already doing some big things, but bigger than what God got expected for us than we can imagine.
All right. So how long this journey been going on from the time it started to now? As far as the music goes.
Well, I mean, learning the game. I mean, like I said, I think we had publishing going back from 97, 98. You know what I'm saying? Then we got the building. We wanted to try to let people know that we were serious. Had people help us actually build a studio, and when Atlanta got the equipment, put it together, had people walking us through the entire process. So I think that when we first put Any Innocent Fella EP out is what broke everybody's cherry. All these people that we talked about, shout out to Matthew Lamar, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
What up, Ryan?
They made a full team posse of producers at the time, which I thought was the next biggest thing from Beats by the Pound. There all been a version of that, which became Productions, some kind of production. I forget the name of it, but it was amazing. They actually did the Paradise track from Scandalous that we had the pleasure of releasing that in 2000. And Innocent Fellas, they was able to give us a Christmas song for 2000. That we had that. I think Still Broke. When we put the EP out, that was in rotation. We got a pretty good response from that. But then, for some reason, the program director at the time and people that know who that is, everybody know that these are facts. As soon as they found out that we was local artists, the song was snatched out of rotation. So this was done by design, and I think we all know that these people were probably paid to do this because they did it time and time again. Why would you suppress a whole 20, 30, 40 people that's trying to do the same thing, that's got the potential to do that at the time? Mario was open. Mario had the studio, and he wasn't the only one that had the studio after the time when we finally got it up and running. So there was no excuse to say I can't play all these people's music. We want to play the top 40 music. Right. And we still got these formats to the day. So I think we still got some stuff that we need to get past and overcome as a region. And it's all about us supporting each other and pooling together our resources so we can make these people do what is right. Because we ain't doing nothing wrong with hurting nobody.
Right. So what you got? So how you end up? You got your own record label, Artesian Records, but you also the vice president of Hood Ray Records. So how do you juggle all of that? And you got your personal life with your own business, your own flooring company. So how do you balance president of the record label and the CEO of your own company?
Well, that's even complicated to answer by itself. But first of all, I'm a praying man. So I ask God to guide my stuff.
Right.
Out of all those things that you said that I do, you didn't mention that a lot of times I know you have talked to me and I told you I'm on my way to or from church.
Yeah.
So I spend a lot of time studying the Word of God. And first time I read the Bible from cover to cover was in Blaylock.
Yeah.
Because I got into a fight with a nigga about some cookies. Because I called myself that made a stove because I'm a badass.
Yeah.
I'm in Max with my homies that got murder charges and shit. Yeah. I'm cool though. I'm starting the stove. So niggas don't buck on me for these damn fucking grandma. So I knocked this nigga teeth out and go to fucking. I'm already in Max. Yeah. So they send me to the fucking hole. Right now, I ain't even go to the kangaroo court. I ain't go to the DR court. And the people that have been locked up, y'all know I know what I'm talking about. I ain't go to the kangaroo court. I'm just in that bitch. Yeah. Guess what they give you in there? A jumpsuit and a Bible. That's all you can have in there. Yeah. So I read the Bible from cover to cover. So that will begin my journey of learning who and discovering who and what my place was in this world and who I was as a man. Why was I even born in 1973? And I just told my age. But yeah, it was all about the walk, becoming a man and growing. Right. So that's where it all comes into me exiting the dope game and having these shortcomings where you can look some shit up and it's there for life and it has an effect on my situation, knowing I can't go into the IBMs and the motherfucking these other kind of places get no job. When they look at my shit, they gonna kick me out that motherfucker. Right. They gonna think that I'm finna extort that bitch and you know you know, my shit just look crazy. Then when people know me, they be like, damn, you the same person? Right. So it's been a long time since I've been in that light, but I know what comes with that because I ain't crazy. So I just let God guide me. God gave me these hands, gave me a mind, I'm not handicapped, so there's no excuse for me to sit around and say I couldn't figure out a way to make it happen. Right. Without hurting people, putting something out here on the street that could be killing folks. Folks around here trying to get this stuff instead of feeding their kids and going to school and all this. I obviously wasn't supposed to be a part of that shit like that, on that level. Right. So I take it for what it works. The shit that I learned from that is what I do every day. Doing some shit that a bitch can't stop me from because it's legit. I pay my taxes. I got my tax returns, all this shit now. Right. So I'm legit. I'm a taxpayer. Right. So everything is a learning process. I could say, oh shit, man, I done fucked my life up. I could have did this, I could have did that. I could have just been a nerd, went to school, graduated, blah, blah, worked at Walmart. Right. But that wasn't what my destiny was. Right. My destiny, obviously, for me to be sitting next to this man right here, which is a full-fledged actor to this day. Something that I never could have imagined when I first met this man at this showcase that we talked about. Who it was over there off Motion Road? Yeah. Right across the street from Auburn State.
Mr. B's or some shit like that.
Shout out to Auburn State. Because like I said again, 70% of what I know with this is just strictly just straight up and down business. So that would allow me to transition myself from that shit to what it is today. R-Ball and Flooring, learning how to incorporate, learn about LLCs, learn about S corporations, and all these different things and terms that some people might feel like it's Japanese or another language. You know what I'm saying? So me talking to these professors and stuff and entrepreneurship classes at Auburn State and us having a facility over on Slapping. Right. They took us seriously. They came over. I had a board of directors. I had investors. Yeah. I had stock. I had stock, still got stock certificate in the label. Which again, that began a process of investigation by certain people that may have something to do with the suppression. Because of being in a certain place at a certain time. And you know how they operate. They don't operate off evidence, they operate off putting motherfuckers together and trying to tie your ass into some bullshit. Whether they can prove the shit or not is beyond the point. As long as they can tie you into some bullshit. So, there we have, you know, recognizing the big picture. And getting the hell out of the door of the county, man, when they put that federal courthouse here. You know, I went crazy. Everybody around me went to the Fed. And that's fucked up. Because the nigga was just trying to eat. Ain't no, how many fucking ways we got to survive and eat around this motherfucker? I don't play basketball, I don't play football. I know this man here rap.
The only way I know is the wheel.
You know what I'm saying? Then we got electric records calling the studio.
It's a way.
We got major labels coming to our shows. We talking MCA want to sign scandals. A lot of people don't even know that. We had Universal Records drive from off of Reggie Rich Word from Philadelphia, sent their people from Atlanta to watch them perform in Leesburg. The one the nigga tell you, if they watch this interview, they can tell you, oh yeah, I remember that. They opened up for Rashida, Pastor Troy.
So you said, why didn't they sign with RCA?
MCA at the time?
MCA, yeah.
Well, the only thing I can say, well, it probably would be the same reason why a lot of different groups broke up. It was because they had between the people that was in the group, they had conflict within themselves, which allowed them not to want to be in the room with each one of the members. And then that, not even with I'm having my own attorney, them having their own attorney. At the time, that's how I got to that point. It was nothing that we could do to get them in the room and sign any more paperwork or artisan record name on it at the time. So that's why it didn't happen. We missed the flight one time. Got snowed in. It was winter time. And the second time, it had just, I guess shit had got worse. You know, they didn't want to be. They were like, "Fuck that. We're not going into another agreement. We're not doing no more music. Whatever we had is what it is." And I was like, "Damn, okay." So then we, you know, we had the compilation. We had so many different fire artists coming from these other sides of town, regions, America. Shout out to Young Lil Thug, Hot Rod, GBI from Dawson.
Yeah, I remember them.
We had R&B on this album, Emancipation. And now all these projects on all platforms now. Now, I'm still answering your question. Like I do the artisan thing when I got a little bit of time, because that is our things in our catalog. So it is very important that we get those songs out there. And what led me to start re-releasing and putting the music and making it available, because I did, no matter how I left and when I left, I took my catalog with me, my masters, so to speak. And I had people inboxing me, asking me for our music. And that's what inspired me to create an Artisan Records Facebook page, Artisan Records YouTube page. Start uploading some of the shit. They was wanting to hear Scandalous music. Were asking me for Scandalous music before they asked for Innocent Fellas music. Even though Innocent Fellas got tons of tracks following this, that, and the third. So it was a flip-flop between the crowd. These girls had with another world packed. With guys my age now to this day, they artist was a 40, 45, 35 working man crowd. We didn't have analytics back then. But when we saw this concert, I'm like, God damn it, we was on to something. All these niggas rocking around with me cowboy boots and all this shit, they was paying to see these girls. Like really paying. Buying the CDs up and everything. I was like, God damn, we could have been doing this shit. It's just we were so caught up in all the other shit we had going on. All that shit don't really need to be talked about. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, the movement got great. We had Valencia.
Shout out to Valencia Divine.
Man, she came in there with the fire, man, and she was, to me, she was Alicia Keys before Alicia Keys even came out. When Alicia Keys came out, that fucked me up so bad because I had already created a theme for her because it was the same shit. I'm like, damn, I don't know how we can do something different with that because she's doing the exact same thing. Writing, producing, she got her own like tomboy's way, but she still was sexy with it. So, but it wasn't like she had to go out there and twerk to get nobody to listen to her shit though. So that was the same marketing strategy that Alicia Keys got. So we had her song being played in places where Innocent Fellas, Scandalous music couldn't be played because it was R&B, no cuss words. It was a beautiful thing. And NCA Entertainment, The Struggle. That song was a beautiful song right there, and still is. That's available on all platforms. And we had live instruments on this album. We got some live drums when people came in. We got what's the guy that's on Switcher song with him? The Lost Trailers. Jeffrey Nielsen came in and did some guitar on about 4 different tracks. We had the legendary G-Man was on there. One of the originals from Trigger Run Productions. Eric Bass, 40 ounce, DJ 40 ounce, was on there on the skit, playing the cop on there, which we trying to get you in, man. Come on, man, let's go and get these scenes together with these cricket cops, man. Been trying to get you on there, man. That's what inspired TMAL to ask for these cops, was actually from these skits that we're talking about. So this shit fun as hell. Y'all go listen to the Emancipation album on Spotify, on all platforms. You'll hear track number 15. Then it'll be For the Money. This after the song For the Money comes on that end of that, where TMAL is singing the hook. You didn't even rap on that song. You just did the hook, right?
For the Money.
Yeah.
That's just the hook.
Motherfucker used to just live in platinum sound. I'm talking about, man, where you at? I could be doing what I was doing, but I can almost guarantee if I wanted to find T-Mal, if I wanted to just smoke a blunt with him, he was up there to the studio. And that's how he wound up being on all these different tracks. Shout out to the Dungeon family again. The Witch Doctor, we was able to get him to come down and spend a little time
that song
with us.
out right now, 200 years. T-Mal featuring Witch Doctor.
That song ain't named 100 years on by mistake.
Yeah, 100 years.
We make classic music over here. We've been doing that. That's what we do this for. We don't try to do no overnight shit. That's why a lot of times you don't hear us making club music and stuff like that. You hear a lot of melodic stuff that might be on some movie soundtrack. So yeah, we definitely got a lot of stuff that we can put on our own damn movies and shit. So y'all join us, man, as well. Y'all submit any movie, anything that we got, man. Y'all send us y'all tracks. So it can be, we need all original stuff. We don't need nobody else's. We everything we do is for the purpose of being monetized. So we please ask you to make sure that your stuff is cleared before you give it to us, so we can actually really put it on our stuff, so we can all promote this together. So we definitely shout out to Chris Jayla out of Nigeria. A couple more people out there across the world that's messing with us. Shout out to the Philippines. Steady showing up on the analytics. T-Mal, you got. I almost feel like I'm interviewing you at some point, because I always wanted to ask you these questions, where other people can hear you answer. Because a lot of people don't know a lot of these things what we talking about.
Yeah. But nah, man, shit. I had one more question for you before we wrap it up. But I just want to say on a personal note, man, like this man right here been by my side since I've been like 18 years old, for like the better part of over 20 years, you know what I'm saying? So, man been believing in me and shit, you know what I'm saying? First motherfucker started putting some real money behind me and shit.
Yeah.
And no cap, brother probably spent over 100 bands and shit fucking with me. I mean, he brought this with him today. But I'm just saying.
But we still spiritual.
I know the man done spent over 100 bands fucking with me in the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? And he still fuck with me right now. We making big thing happen. God right here in the midst of us. He with us. You know what I'm saying? We making it do what it do. I really appreciate this dude. You know what I'm saying? Without this man, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now today. You know, with all the stuff I got going on, I just want to tell you personally, bro, appreciate it. Thank you for believing in me. I love you, my nigga.
Straight up, my dog.
And we finna do this shit. This just the beginning. We finna get this motherfucking money. Hood raised, Killer Black, TMAL-HK, DJ Cyclone. Y'all know what the fuck going on, man. But I got one last question before you get out of here. I wanna know, out of all the things you've done with the music from beginning all the way, what do you feel like has been your biggest accomplishment and achievement as an executive?
Man, my biggest achievement, man, you can't beat your family, bro. I mean, like the words say, your loved ones are the people that love you. So, like my big brother Jad, shout out to Jad, J-A-G.
Yeah, shout out to Jad, man. He in the A right now shooting his new video and shit. Y'all don't sleep. That boy got a solo album out of nowhere on y'all ass too. Shout out to Rookie Killer Rep.
Yeah, like my big brother say, man, this ain't about money, man. This is about fulfilling dreams. So, the people that I was akin to, that I love, shout out to OC Type. That's my first cousin, y'all support her. Unbreakable bloodline.
Yeah.
You know, all the way back to her sister winning Miss Junior Albany and Patrick. I wish I would have been in a position to make sure she could have been Miss America. So that's in my spirit. I've always been an amplifier to whatever was going on around. Like T-Mal say, how can you be hood raised record fight president? Shit, all thing I gotta do is do whatever you want to do. Shit, you the driver. Just tell me what you want to do, and let's make it happen. That's what it's all about. It ain't all about just doing what you feel like doing. It's about being a part of something bigger than yourself. You know what I'm saying? We're not reinventing the wheel over here. We just trying to get our stake in this thing. And it's taking money to do this, man. This shit ain't for free. You think I came put $5 worth of gas in my truck and drove up here and was broke as fuck? This shit take money. So we just got to do this shit together, man. The biggest problem, and I say the reward was the relationships. It ain't about the money again. That was the answer. But the biggest setback was, and what really put a bad taste in my mouth was every time I went to one city to the next, it was always asking us where were the other people that come out of these cities were. Why had they just left and then here we come? And they know we all come from the same town. This thing ain't that big enough to where people, you can have this clique over here, y'all can have that clique over here, and everybody can be over here side, and we're not together. People talk, man. People kill the folks and all this. These people call around these little towns, they double check behind what you saying when you come into these places. Then you paying them to pay your music and y'all doing all these ventures and stuff with these folks, but then y'all not including the people that's got you there. We all inspire each other. So if you gonna act like that ain't what it really is, then that's gonna be shame on you, because the industry is gonna shut you down again. It already has happened one time. They can do it again. So I think Auburn, the 229, the whole region right now, we have a chance again to really be a part of this and have a New Orleans no limit situation. Master P, Cash Money, whatever situation you want to have going on right here in Auburn. You don't have to be no NBA star. You ain't got to know how to shoot no three-pointers. You ain't got to know how to hit no baseball. But we make it to the point if you know how to write R&B music, if you come to us, we're going to get you a check. And that's going to make people thrive. That's going to build legacies and stuff. Street Heat. This is our showcase that we have created. TMAL creates a lot of this stuff. And I say we, and I shouldn't even say we, because this man got so much stuff that I can't even, it's hard to even talk about everything we're doing. Heat check. See how much it costs? I hope y'all can see that. $5, man. $5, man. We just need y'all support. We ain't begging for y'all to do nothing for us. We just trying to have entertainment for y'all. We trying to put other people on at the same time. We're going to start back doing these heat checks. We're going to try to get it to the point where we got a lot of questions that people want answered. We're listening. We're taking the feedback. We're having meetings. We're trying to make it where it's more entertainment and accessible for the people that want to be a part of it. Shout out to the people that buy tickets and don't show up, because we know that y'all support us, but we know what time it is. We know y'all still love us. Even though y'all don't come, y'all buying no tickets, man, that is so important. And shout out to the people that buy tickets and give them to other people to our events. We love y'all for that. We appreciate y'all. And we all praying for all of us to continue to do the same thing.
Now what's up, man? Well, shit, that's what y'all tuned in to another edition of First Blood on the Day with TMAL-HK. That was Reggie B, CEO of Artesia Records, Vice President of Hood Ray Records, and owner of his own black business, Arbauldwin, Florida.
Coming to Georgia soon.
Yeah, so
I already have, but officially.
So y'all know what it is, man. We'll get at y'all next time, man, but keep the hood raised at all time, bro. Real talk. Keep God first, keep the hood raised. We up out of here.
For sure. 1,000.